What's up, dude? When you think of an NBA player, you probably think of someone who's really tall, because typically NBA players are really tall. There's actually a scientific explanation for this. Closer you are to hoop, easier it is to put ball in hoop. Due to this fact, there aren't that many NBA players who are under 6 foot. Fun fact time, if you're under 6 foot, you have a 1 in 1.2 million chance in making the NBA. Meanwhile, if you're 7 foot plus, you have a 1 in 7 chance of making it to the NBA. Being short has a lot of disadvantages when it comes to playing basketball. Everyone around you is huge and you're little. You can't see over players. It's harder to play defense and you get blocked a lot. But don't get me wrong, there have been some really good NBA players who are short. In recent memory, there's 5'9" Isaiah Thomas. In the 2016-17 season, Isaiah Thomas averaged almost 30 points and came really close to winning MVP. But sadly, right after that season, everyone gave up on Isaiah and he currently is having trouble finding a spot on a team. It really goes to show how much harder the little guys have to work. The dude I want to focus on in this video is a man who looks completely absurd standing next to other NBA players. He was shorter than the average American woman, he was shorter than Kevin Hart, and Michael Jordan supposedly called him
Jordan told Bogues, "Shoot it, you motherfucking midget."
Muggsy Bogues, ladies and gentlemen. Muggsy Bogues is living proof that you can accomplish anything if you really want it. Muggsy stood at a whopping 5 feet 3 inches tall and played 15 seasons in the NBA. Muggsy had a tough upbringing, which could explain how he got his strong will and determination. Him and his 3 other siblings grew up in the projects of Baltimore and they were raised by just their mom because their dad was in jail. Quick shout out to Miss Bogues because, stellar work, dude. Muggsy described the projects where he grew up in as dangerous, but almost like a village where he was allowed to be a kid. At the age of 5, Muggsy was almost murdered. A man from the same projects as Muggsy went into his house and grabbed a shotgun and started firing off rounds. Unfortunately, Muggsy was one of the people who was shot. He was shot in the back and the arm. Obviously, he survived, but Muggsy was a tough little fucker. Muggsy went to Wake Forest and played all 4 years there. His senior year, he averaged 15 points, 10 assists, and 2.5 steals a game. These stats got him drafted in the first round, 12th overall by the Bullets. There was speculation that Washington drafted him just because he would be the shortest player in the NBA, and they also had Manute Bol. I think everyone's seen that one picture, and people were thinking that they just drafted him for media attention. That seems to be more true because after his rookie year, Muggsy was traded from Washington to Charlotte. But in Charlotte is where Muggsy became Muggsy. The Peanut played really well. In his prime, he was averaging 10 points a game and 10 assists a game. Due to Muggsy being vertically challenged, he was given an advantage in terms of pickpocketing the ball from opponents. This resulted in Muggsy averaging 1 to 2 steals a game for pretty much his whole career. Typically, shorter players aren't very good at defense, but in Muggsy's case, that couldn't be further from the truth. Muggsy was a little shit on defense. He was annoying, he was tiny, he'd bite at your shins, he'd nibble on your toes, he'd tickle your ankles. Other NBA stars didn't like going against him because he was such an annoying little fuck.
Doc Rivers told me, I said, "Doc, who's the guy you really hate to play against?" He said, "I hate playing against Muggsy Bogues." He said, "I bring the ball down court.
By the time you put it down and went to reach for it, Muggsy had it and was gone."
And to add on to that, while it was easier for Muggsy to pickpocket people, it was much harder for other players to steal the ball from him. Since Muggsy was 5'3", his dribble was super low to the ground. And since most other players in the NBA are over 6 foot, they have trouble reaching down there to get the ball. Add that on top of Muggsy's speed, and that's a dangerous little peanut. And one thing I found out a while ago that shocked me was Muggsy can fucking dunk. It's mainly surprising to me because I am 6'4" and I can't dunk. Alright, well, anyway, Muggsy Bogues is a cool guy. Click here if you want to watch this video. Thanks for watching, Peanut.